It feels like it's been months, but like weeks, I guess. Everything in position here. Oh boy. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Oh, there we go. Get my hopefully everybody's doing well. Comments and there we go. This frame. Get my there we go. Haha, here we are. Sorry it takes a few seconds. I'm not good with this stuff. I'm not good with the internet or anything. And here I am eating. All right. South Florida. Hey, buddy, what's up? Merle Angelone, Alan Kowalski. Hey, buddy. I'm going to stop eating. I want no more chips. Chili cheese are awesome. All right. Hey, look. Ash is here. So, I know you guys saw the video. Go ahead and get this started. Seth, what's up, buddy? These guys right here. Make sure it's up right side up. These are really strong running batteries. That little light right there. And I know some of the guys were commenting about, oh, just bring your little lipo checker thing. Well, you know, in all honesty, every time I go out to run, almost nobody has those on them. Almost nobody. Having this on the battery is actually pretty darn nice. Pretty darn nice. What's up, Alan Bryan? The Vidavon axles on Traxxas TRX6. Oh, wow. Nice. All right, that's right. You got the hang on for there. Got another message there. Guy on the Moose is here. Eric C. Hey, buddy. 11,000. 11,000. I actually did a size comparison between those two. And I'm glad I got shorts on. All right. Anyway, right here are the 11,000s. And about the same. Well, 11,000 is longer. Awesome, Brian. The 10,000 is taller. So now the 11,000s, they're more like more of a flexible plastic type case, and these are more of a hard case. I mean, like a legit hard case. Now they do have some 6S versions, 6,700 milliamp. They're the exact same size as this, which means they'll fit those DBXLE battery trays. Yeah. Oh. Where's it at? I had it right over here. Anyway, oh, here it is. I got the new Fusion 2300 kV motor right here. So I've actually bought two of these. One of them is in the TRX4 right there, the 2021, and it's going to stay there. This particular one right here, I'll use to put in who knows what. You never know what it'll be in. My Max 4 that I ordered shipped today. So that'll be here probably Thursday or Friday, but I'm going out of town. And then the Max 8 Gen 2 with the 2250. I believe that might be here tomorrow. Mir, what's up? Mark, hey buddy. Bluegrass, what's up, buddy? Lon Baden, where's Sam? Well, he's right there in that chair. So I'm in a different chair because I don't move my cat when he goes to sleep in my chair. You'd think I would, but no. No, they don't. All right. I see Stallone, Eric, Ashley, Discovery, what's up? What's up? What pin you running with the Max 8? I think he had the stock pinion gear on that. I think he had the stock pinion gear. It didn't look like anything special or really oversized or anything like that. When I get mine in, I'm going to try it in the, I'll put it in the Traxxas Sledge. Give that a good run with it. But I really want to run it in the Team Coralie Chronos. That thing is so hard to keep a motor cool in that truck for some reason. And I believe it has to do with the gearing. It's just really geared fast. It's got buggy gears in both front and back axles. So it's just naturally internally geared fast. So you got to kind of get that done. Major, hey Joe, you beat RC online with a new battery review, and he even recommended your channel. Yeah, man, Major Roads. I got lucky on this one. I saw his comment and I pinned it. But yeah, that's cool when the big guys comment. That's awesome. Yeah, I was actually got that about 4 days early. So I've got the run in the Creighton today. I've got a run in, I believe I actually got it in the Kronos because it fits that. And I believe I got a Raminator or 2 videos with this. Wait till you guys see my Raminator speed test video. If you're a channel member, I believe you guys have already seen it. But for everybody else, I found that app, Snapchat, with some of them filters. Oh, man, I had some fun on that one. Oh, man. Oh, man, goodness gracious. 7 p.m. is 4 p.m. Western time. Oh, man, so I'm like right at before you guys get to go home or you're driving or something like that. So, sorry about that. But it kind of works out because if I have to, because I'm off by the time everybody else tries to go on. So, I don't mess with that. And at least usually. And if I happen to run late, you know, which has happened quite a bit, you know, it works out as well that. Yeah, guy on a moose. It really is. But you know, I haven't broken that truck yet. I did bend the shock tower, but that was like 20 feet up. It landed front down just like this. I mean, the absolute worst possible landing you can have for any shock tower. And I bent it. I took it off, I hammered that thing out, and put it right back on. Let's see, 1998 Jeep Cherokee. Thank you, buddy. I did hit 50K yesterday. Thank you, guys. That was awesome. Never did I ever think the channel would grow to where it's at. I really did not. But then again, I thought that after 100 videos, what else is there to cover? What else is there to do? And I believe I've got over 1,800 videos now. Yeah, a lot. All right. Yeah, Arthur, I've done something. Let me see if I can find a video I'll show you guys. In fact, I might release it to the members later on tonight. But I'll go ahead and tell you. What I did was I'm working on a plate to get the ESC mounted correctly versus being up on the side. Got that somewhere around here. I got a mess. But get the ESC put back in place. I just spent about $570 on that thing. I ordered the V3 shocks with the 10mm shafts. I ordered the standoffs for it. All the body mounts are broke on that thing except for the last 2 at the back. So I had to order a complete body mount set for that thing, all aluminum. It was like $260 just for body mounts for that thing. But at least I know I'll never have to buy them again. So, Justin Hayes, how many cars, trucks do I have? Probably about 65. I actually haven't done a count recently. And I have added a few, so I think probably about 65. I'd say about out of 65, 63 are ready to go. So there's a couple that need motors and stuff. Because you guys will see, I'll take a motor like this right here, and you guys got to understand, this motor may go into 4 different trucks. It's always the same motor. The same motor, so... Yeah, yeah, I recycle these parts, guys. It's 7 a.m. in Australia. How you doing, mate? I should stop that. I'm sorry. All right, cool, Alan. So I can't figure out if it's a 9 or 10 you already have. I can't figure something out. It's a 9 to 10 you already have. Oh, okay. The LMT is done. It's fun. Dude, Lon, the LMT is awesome, man. Yeah, Dan Woodruff. Got it, buddy. Brian Siglers. Hey, buddy. What's happening? Hyperflow fans. Oh, Hyperflow fans. This? Right here? Yeah, I got them. Look at that. This fits the X-Maxx. I'm not sure if I'll be able to fit it with my big motors, though. Arm for life. Who was Road Racing RC? Yeah, buddy, it's live. Are you willing to sell any? Justin Hayes. Buddy, I do sell some of my builds, but unless I'm ready to sell, unless it's something that is not relevant to videos anymore, my prices are just too high. Let me see here. Was that a Fusion Pro? Shakira. Yes, that is the Fusion Pro right there. I've got two of them. Twin more 40 millimeter. Oh, okay. Now I haven't had my Max 4 get hot yet. Fred Robertson, do you let people come out to your track? Yes, sir. We open it up just about every Sunday. It's open this Sunday. It was open last Sunday. Nice, nice. Joe is sponsored by Castle. He runs the big motors in his real car. Yeah. I tell you, if Castle just sent me stuff, you wouldn't be seeing this. But I can't do that. I've got to try to show a little bit of everything as best I can. Ooh, somebody bought a shirt. Did you see my shirts I posted up for sale? So I got to ship a shirt when we get done with here. Buy $2 whiskey Memorex. Hey. Well, the Max 4 working the Creighton. Pete, you know, I was thinking about that today to see if I could find a way to fit that in there. I believe it's already been done, but yeah, I do want to try to fit that in there. I honestly have not tried. Right now, it's currently still stuck. It's not stuck in the... Yeah, it's actually loose over by the Raminator, which is in the middle of the living room. Concalo Montero, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Dude, where is the antenna mounted on the riffs? Heck, sometimes they're curled up in the bottom, like in the receiver box. It's kind of just ignore Skeletor. All right. Okay. Have you run it on 12S hard? Beach and RC. The hardest I've run it was actually in the DBXLE, and I've done quite a bit of runs with that. It did 70.7 in a grass field. I've got in the little Bluetooth thing, so I need to get that hooked up so I can check on, like, see if I can get some data logs off of it, see how many amps it's pulled. I haven't seen anybody post anything up on that, but the hardest I've run it so far has actually been in the DBXLE, as far as gearing and all that. Running it in the Raminator with a 500 kV motor, I feel is actually pretty easy on them, in all honesty. Yeah, speaking of the Raminator, what I did in this whole process, because I'm doing a lot of work to it right now, I may give it another run. Well, in fact, I think there's 2 more videos. One I got to finish, one I put up. So yeah, I got a few more videos before we get to the part where I'm at now. But I actually took the springs off the clutch. So the clutch, actually the shoes were kind of tight. They weren't moving very well, but now they're out and they kind of hold. So I actually have motor braking, motor reverse, just like a regular truck. Now it still has the manual, the rotors on it. It still has those because I got to make sure that in a case of possible accident, this thing has got to stop. So I can't get rid of that. I'm probably going to just remove the entire shift, the reverse servo, just get that out of there, take the whole cable out and everything, because I don't need to shift it anymore. The way the motor's set up and all is, the way the clutch shoes and all get in there, it's actually fine. And when you put it up against a tree, which I show in this video, which I'll get this one, is not finished yet, but I'll set it up for members. I should push up against a tree and I'm throttling it, and you can hear the motor doing its thing. The clutch is slipping just like it's supposed to and all that. But when you really rev it up, of course the shoes grab the drum and the thing moves quick. Plus I put a skid on the back of it so I'd stop tearing up my body. I'm going to go on the Primal pages and see if I can find me a guy that does a custom wraps. Okay, let me see here. Away from Jacksonville, Brian, very much. Thank you, man. Awesome. I held it just fine too. You call him Castle Tesla. Max 4 and the SV2. I want to try it when I get the Bluetooth hooked up to it. If it has a crawl mode, I want to try it in the SEX6. I'm not sure if I'll try 12S on it with the Black Jacket motor by Three Brothers RC, but the issue that, because I talked to Tom about that, the 14 poles could be an issue with the ESC, the pulse width modulation and the frequency and all that. So I'm not so sure I'll actually try 12S on that thing. Need a rear motor support for the, yeah. Nader said that on mine it was so close that I actually shaved the chassis just a little bit to get clearance. So mine is actually close enough to where if I land from something big and that mount flexes, which we know those mounts are going to flex, it should be right on the chassis. So in fact, the motor probably has a few scars on it from underneath it just because of that. So it actually kind of holds it up. Brian, so I'm looking at probably towards the end of the year, because when I retire from my day job and start doing this full time, the YouTube and my affiliates, you know how you see those guys on TikTok talking about affiliates, blah, blah, blah. Some of it's kind of real. You just got to figure out how to get in. And it's not as easy as what they say. That $7 program, it's just kind of a funnel to get you in to pay big money. But anyway, I'll leave that be. I'm not going that route. But anyways, Drag RC Car Killer, can somebody point me in the direction of a Mod 130 pinion arm? Okay, go to eBay and look up Saga Customs. They should have the pinion gear that'll take care of you. Saga Customs on eBay should have a 32 pinion gear to get you taken care of. Blobfish 420. Haha. What's up, man? Great channel. There's only more credit you get. Love the vids. Keep up. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. If you look at my, and I'm not sure how this correlates to like the overall channel, but I typically have around 200,000 unique viewers. So is that like, I've got 50,000. Does that mean I got 150,000 people, different people watching that just haven't clicked the subscribe button? I don't know. Some of you YouTube professionals can tell me about that. I want to plug something up here. Mess with these fans a little bit. And hyperflow. These things are awesome. If you look at these fans right here, let's go ahead and get this up here. Those are actual metal casings. Metal casing, carbon tops. These things right here, I had some paper on my table and it blew them right off the table, and it was just sitting flat like this. Got a little 3S right here. Now I've got to find the splitter, because the way these are set up, they're not quite like what it would have been otherwise. Right here, I'm gonna go ahead and try this out real quick, let you guys hear this thing. Actually, SB2, am I at the bottom here? There we go. Would you ever try running the Max 4 with a Castle 1721? I'm sure it would run it just fine. You put that thing on 12S, it might come apart. Now that could cause damage on the ESC. Okay, we're going to power these guys up right here. This is just a little 3S, and it's probably at storage charge, so not fully maxed out. You ready? Plug your ears. Blew my hair. I ain't got much of it. But anyways, all right. That was the fans, dual fans for, I'm assuming this is for the ESC. Yeah, gotta figure what that is. I think that's for the Castle XLX. That's the case. I saw something posted. A guy was running extra fans on his XLX2, and it messed up the ESC. The reason was he was powering it from the ESC port that powers the fan, and they were pulling too many amps. So if you're going to put an aftermarket fan on your XLX or something like that, fancy here, my cats. If you're going to do that, make sure you power it separately, not through the ESC. Yeah, they run on 4S, but this is all I got is a little 3S right here. We'll go ahead and power this one up. Sam was over there still asleep. He's used to this stuff. We will have chili cheese chips all over the place if I keep that up. And I don't want that. Oh, man. Yeah, these things right here, they're going to cool you off. We got summer coming up, so heat is going to be a big issue. Yeah, these things right here are going to be awesome. Let me see, my cat just started screaming at that. Oh, man. Yeah, Hyperflow. Yeah, buddy. The truck is going to levitate there with that. This one right here will almost come off the table. It gets light enough that you can just kind of touch it and float it. And that was just on 3S. I haven't hit either of them on 4S yet. I don't even have a 4S, and I'm not even sure if this is even fully charged. This is probably at storage charge, in all honesty. Plus just a little 500 milliamps, so... It is kind of like a hair dryer. Brand new American. Well, dude, heck yeah, hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell. Oh, man, that brings me back to... Every time I go to say that, it brings me back to... Remember, like, years ago, and I did the Santa Claus thing where I was giving a servo away, and I came up with a song. Hit the subscribe, ring the bell, Christmas stories you've got to tell. I've got a servo for your truck. I wish you all the best of luck. I almost go into that every time I end a video. Yeah, man. Need long hair like the 80s hairband. Yeah, it would tie it up in a knot. I also put helicopters. $2 whiskey. Yeah, a buddy of mine, he actually had a crawler and he had some drones. He took the drone motors and like, here's the truck. He angled them like this. Believe it or not, they had enough thrust that he was able to climb a vertical wall and it pushed the vehicle into it and made the climb. It was amazing. His name was Nicholas. Yeah, that thing was awesome. We had to make new rules for the contest, for the crawling comps. Rules are there because somebody done something crazy and required that rule. But it was awesome though. I've got Brandon Williams. One of them is in the TRX4 2021 Bronco, and that one is more than likely going to stay there. This is going to be the one that I put into who knows what. I'll give it a shot in several different trucks. I'll probably try the RebelCon. I'll probably put it in. I'll probably try it in Creep 6 as well. Just because if anything's going to stress this crawler-wise, it'll be Creep 6. That truck's got a lot of overdrive to it and 6-wheel drive. About 10 pounds worth too. Think we will ever see quarter scale? Brandon, yeah, there are guys with quarter scale vehicles. Basically like a RC go-kart, really. I mean, I think. Foxtrot RX. Hey, buddy. I want to get into the 1/5 world. Brand new American. Now, if you're going to get into the 1/5 world, you got to be ready to throw down some money. The Raminator is $4,000 to get, and just like everything else, including the $200 RCs you find, at the gas station, you got to modify them. A $4,000 truck needs mods, especially steering mods, links. And then you got the DBXLE, which is pretty darn awesome. But you got the Losi 5B, TLR 5B, you got the Losi 5T. Those are your pretty common fifth scales right there. And you can get mega thousands into these things, buddy. I'm just being honest with you. My Raminator, when I get done with it, probably going to be 8,000, 9,000 maybe by the time I'm done with it. So, yeah, one of those things. DBXLE Speedrun, compare MGM versus Max 4. I haven't even take the MGM out of the box yet. But I would have to assume MGM has a great reputation for mega power. I'd have to assume the MGM can be geared higher and can get faster speeds and all that. But I don't believe the MGM is as good of a basher style ESC as something like a Max 4 that's epoxied and sealed in there so nothing can bounce around. The MGM is like two boards layered together with some pedestals and stuff. So my goal for the MGM that I have is to get that put into the Losi 5B, the TLR 5B. That's my goal for that particular system that I have. AA. Yes, I did see the Gravedigger Primal RC on CCXRC. That one, man, he must have had an 80cc or something in that thing, because that thing had some power. And then he wheelied into that hill and done the front flip. Yeah, I saw that. That was awesome. The Fusion Pro. Here, let me open this up because I can do a little motor size comparison. It's minus the tabs. I've already put the motor up where I was doing the video on it. Minus the tabs, okay? It's the same length as a normal 550 brushed motor. So that was a Taylor 50 in that Gravedigger. Jeez, that thing had mega power. That thing was awesome power. Really good power. Okay. If you guys want me to do a little size comparison on this for you guys live right here, let me go grab, oh, here's a 550 right here. 550 right here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Thank you, Chuck. It's pretty much the exact same length as the 550 size. This is the same size motor as the Holmes 550. The 540 size motors, here is a this is a Home 10 shooter 27 turn 2700 kV. I'm gonna get this put in something too. You can see right here, you can see how it's longer than this one. This is not the stubby or short cam motor right here. This is the full size version. So you got that. Let me run. I'll get to you right now, Chuck. Hang on for a second, buddy. Let's look at some of my motors. Okay. This is the Spectrum 3150 kV out of like a LMT. It's pretty close to the same size. Pretty close to the same size. Castle 540. See a big, I'll use my forehead. Yeah, pretty big difference there. This is 3500 kV Traxxas. You can see right there. Using my big forehead as a background so we can look at the difference on these things. Holmes Magnum 540 11 turn. Right there. That's a brush motor, by the way. We've got Furatech Outrunner. I like these Outrunners. Here's another Holmes motor there. We got the HK Hobbies 1850 kV. And then the other 550s. So pretty much this is about the same size as a 550 motor. And then right here is a 1717 size, 1260 kV. Yep, 1260 kV. And there's one more motor I need to show you guys this up against. Hang on for a second, let me go get it. Actually, two more motors. Man, see, I need to set all this stuff up, but you guys lead me in the right direction on these things. This is a Castle 800 kV. Yeah. And then you got the 800 kV. Then you got this guy right here, which is a 7120. Wow. That as compared to the Castle. Now, oddly enough, this is the same size motor as what the Hobby Wing is. The new Hobby Wing. That thing right there. I wanted to put this in the Raminator, but the Raminator, the Fine Design, has a 10mm shaft, and it's actually drilled and tapped for the clutch. So I couldn't put this in there. But I want to see if I can find a clutch that'll fit that 8mm shaft. If I can find that, then, you know, I'll be good to go. Let me get back up to... Hey Joe, hope this is Chuck's RC Habit. Loving that Raminator during the SCX6 with all the Vidavon. Awesome, buddy. Yeah, and you picked up a bunch of Vidavon from me. Doesn't take long. What plans you have for that base camp? The base camp. That little guy right there. I'm just planning to keep it as a mild, simple, functional trail truck, in all honesty. So just basically... simple and easy. Now this is the mount on the 800 kV. Yeah, I don't know that it would actually fit with this in there because the motors kind of sit up in the X-Maxx. But let me see here. Get things going back over here. Oh, Guy Spencer. Yeah. Ha. Guy, mine's bigger than yours. Ha ha. This spectrum tunes shorter than the Fusion but fatter. Yeah, the Fusion. Now these are the Fusion Pros, which is somewhere in my pile of motors here. It's actually the same diameter as a normal 540. So there's nothing special about that. Was that a censored 540 Outrunner? Yes, actually, it was. Now, I also have another censored Outrunner as well. I got an old Holmes Hobbies censored Outrunner. Check that out. Little sensor port right there. I have never run this motor. I got it used at a USTE. I have never actually run this motor though. I believe that somewhere Holmes said it was probably like a 1600 kV. Old motor right there. But this is the one by Furtech. I believe this was a like a test motor that I was sent a while back just to see if all that stuff would work. Kind of mixed reviews on it. The plugs are trying to come out, but I haven't. I don't even think that's the same plug as what would go into a normal ESC though. So I don't know what to say about that one right now. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah. Great for hiding wires and cleaning flux motors. You have the normal Fusion handy to show the size difference between the 1800. I've got it mounted in the truck. Let me clear my table here, which is, let's see here. Let me see here. If you guys give me a minute, I'll go ahead and take it out while we're sitting here. This way I can go ahead and get that size comparison because that is a valid question. Very valid there, buddy. Got to find the right size tools. Double A day. I call it the Ducan motor because it's just basically like a Mountain Dew size. Because the other ones were always called the Coke can motors. So I was kind of trying to start the Ducan just to see if that would take off. It didn't. But it was worth a try. All right, I got to find a... Let's see, just fatter. 2020, 1100. Hyperflow. I really like the 1100 kVs in the X-Maxx. My big X-Maxx right there has the 1100 kV Castle. And the little orange X-Maxx actually has a 1100 kV Hobbywing motor in it. Okay, I don't want to go through and take all my wiring out, but hopefully we can see. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm about to try to show you. I'd rather not have to go through all my wiring again. But can you see the difference on the motor sizes here? Can you see that? Hopefully you guys can see that. So yeah, this is almost like a 560 or 570 size motor. And this is more like a 550. And I'll put that back in another time. So I might go ahead and take it all the way out when I'm doing like the rest of my video on it and all that. I've got way too much stuff on my table here. Just fatter. Let me see here. Yeah, Hyperflow, if you can make it fit that 1100 in your X-Maxx, we'll be good to go. Yeah, I'm not sure how old it is, but it was old when I got it a few years ago, and I've never powered it up. Question, should I be running my slipper clutch tighter on sand, loose surface / Foxtrot? Basically, in my opinion of the slipper, it should only slip when the vehicle is physically bound up. Otherwise, you shouldn't know the slipper's there. If you're going to run on ice or something really super slick, at that point, the slipper is really important because you can tune it and make it really work better for you with the slip and all that. My slash slipper tight. Brandon Williams, finger control. That would be also known as the driver mod. Same on slash right run loose slipper. It's all looking forward to next year. Man, USTE, that is it. I'm planning to get back up to Kentucky at where Beat the Creek was for their October event. Oktoberfest or something like that they do. I'm planning to get back up there for that. And as I understand it, it's less vendor and it's more just getting out and running. And I really want to get out on some of those trails. I think it'll be awesome to run with way more of you guys. I really didn't get a chance to run with anybody because having a booth and all that, you're kind of busy. You almost get kind of stuck there. So, but yeah, I want to get out and just run and have a good time. David Prill, what's up? What's up, buddy? Building a crawling rig coming from drift cars and show trucks. Should I start with 4-wheel steer or a dig unit? Mr. Platinum. If you've never had a crawler, my suggestion would be just simply get one as is and go out and see if you want to invest in it. Some people can't do the crawling, they want the speed. Some people can't do speed, they can only crawl. So before you go investing in 4-wheel steer, you could get the Capra 4-wheel steer, it's right out there. And you could actually take it apart and put a dig in that, so you can actually get both of them with a Capra, in all honesty. But heck, I just buy one and go. My driver mod is a ham. Have I done the anti-foams in the Creep 6 yet? I have not. That truck pretty much just sits on the shelf, except for once every other month, I need to take it out, drive it, and have a good time, or do whatever I got to do with it. Absolutely, RC Daily. We got to take some time to get on the trails. Granted, am I going to bring some Vidavon stuff? You bet. Am I going to set up a table? You bet. But it's going to be one of those things where I can set the canopy up, get out, boom, set the table up for a couple hours during the day, then everything's going to be locked up, and I'm going out on the trails. So, yeah, I definitely want to spend some more time on the trails. I'll probably try to, I might bring my little microphone or something and, hey, everybody, blah, 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 whatever, See how he wants to come up there. Brandon Williams. Dude, this Rebel Con that I've got has held up great. It actually beat the creek. All the way through the creek. When I first got it, I beat on it pretty hard because it's got a lot of features that share with the Traxxas, even though some of the features on this I think are better. Some of the features on Traxxas are better. They're two different vehicles, but they're kind of close enough that I really wanted to check the durability. So I was jumping the thing. I was pretty rough with it, in all honesty. And so far, absolutely nothing is broke. It's actually been a really good vehicle for me. After the water, I did notice on the last video, which I think is up for members. I may have to oil that cable a little bit on the rear locker. I may have to do a little bit of maintenance to it because I didn't do anything when I got that dude back home. Yeah, I'm not sure what the schedule is for the October event. Don D, no sir, I'm not going to Axial Fest. Sorry, buddy. Maybe next year when I get retired, if I actually have the testicular fortitude to tell my job bye. Yeah, I definitely want to try to get to Axial Fest. That is definitely something I want to try to get. I believe that's at Badlands, Indiana, or something like that. So I'm not sure where they're even having it. I know I'm not getting out west. I'm not driving that far, especially with the gas prices the way they are. Jeez. What's the sitch on the TRX4 Trax? It's on the shelf. I guess I need to drive it again. I forget the motor I put in that thing. But anyway, it ran fine the last time I had it out. The tracks were a lot better when I put that little belt thing on there, the winch line. That worked out great. Steve N, have you heard about the Kronos XTR being on back order? No, I haven't messed with any of that. I haven't, I could probably find out though. The guy that I was talking to about it actually did message me the other day. Just doing like a simple check-in. But I don't know anything about the Kronos being on back order. I want to push, I think, a better sidewall of that as well. It would be good, especially in the front tires. So, in the front, making them plant and make the turn, that would be a major benefit, in all honesty. Yeah, just set a schedule BTC and stick to it. That's hard to do. You're like, okay, I'm going to go out for 2 hours on the trail and I'll be back. Well, we know how 2 hours on the trail could turn out to be 3.5 or 4. But yeah, one of those things. Do you have an SCX 10.3 Bronco? I do not have an SCX 10.3 Bronco. Wonder how big transmission. I don't know about that one, buddy. Yes, they are. Get the tested back from the wife's first. JD, I'm telling you, man, I'm ready. I am ready to go. So Don D, how far away is Badlands from where Beat the Creek is? Beat the Creek is like right at the border of Ohio and Kentucky. Like past not Chattanooga, past Knoxville, that area up through there. I don't even know how far it is from there. Because I know that was like 7 hours from Atlanta where I was staying. RJ's custom. How do I keep my fans from breaking on my Max 5 ESC? Don't jump it so high. I break my fans too, buddy. That's just one of those things. If you're going to jump it and send it like a crazy guy, you're going to be buying fans. Usually the blades will break off and then they'll get wedged up in there. And if I break one over here, I'll break the one off over here by hand so it rebalances out the fan and just keep going until the blades are gone. And then put a new one in. Gotta head out. We'll do Hyperflow fans. 70 miles from me, okay. I don't know, how far is that from Atlanta? I mean, I really haven't looked this up. I really haven't. So, bro, how do you get so many subs? Like I can't get by 60. Gory Boggs. Man, as far as the subs go, my channel really didn't start doing anything decent at all until I accidentally started doing daily videos. And the daily videos started by accident because it was, I think maybe 2019. I think that might have been the year. I actually recorded so much, and I was doing like 2 videos a day or 2 videos a week, Monday and Thursday or something like that. And I looked at the schedule. I'm like, man, I'm scheduled out for 4 months. So I just started releasing them every day. And at that point, the channel took off. But keep in mind, it's a full-time job. And if you have a full-time job, to try to do the daily videos and the recording and the shows, the installs, and then you're hosting events on Sunday, and it's more than a second full-time job. But it's something that I love to do. I love when I'm doing this, I'm doing it, I guess, for me, which is different than going and clocking in for somebody else. If that makes any sense. It's a whole different feeling. I work harder at doing this stuff than I do at work. So I don't know that anybody from my work is watching right now, but it's possible. If they are, well, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, thank you, Tyke. Help, I need to know what bearing size goes in the hot racing hubs for a Creighton 4S/Outcast. Buddy, Daniel, I have no idea. I've never had a Creighton 4S. Nathan Stewart, Hammer Ray or Baja Ray? I think that's going to depend on how much speed you're going for. If you're really going for speed, get the Hammer Ray. If you want nimble, probably a little bit better in the rocks, get the shorter Baja Ray. I think it'll do you better. I don't have a Baja Ray. I have just a Hammer Ray. And if you watch my videos on it, every time I put it on the rocks, what happens? It bellies up. Every time. You got to jump it to get over the rocks. So that long wheelbase doesn't really do so well on the rocks. If you're out there, if you're in a natural environment and the rocks are big, smooth and all that, heck, you're good to go. But not my good old Florida rock, concrete. Yeah, about 6 hours. I think it took me about 7 to get back. Man, on my way back, I didn't mention anything, but a guy in a Dodge truck was following me. He left from the Beat the Creek area, and my GPS took me down this other road, which are like white knuckle roads, okay? And I'm pretty sure I was driving through people's front yards where they made the road. But anyway, when I came down to it where he ended up going straight and I turned off, right? Get this in the camera here. And man, he was going a little too fast. I went through the ditch and found him an oak tree. I'm pretty sure it was the same guy. Pretty sure. I mean, he backed out of it, but I'm pretty sure the truck was a total loss. Yeah, it sucked. There was nothing I could do. So, and rather than hanging around and putting my nose in somebody else's business when it doesn't belong there, I just had to go on about my way. Gory Boggs, you're welcome, buddy. But you're going to work at it, and when you finally make that 10 cent in a day on YouTube, if you have the attitude of all that work for 10 cents, why? Just go ahead and stop. Don't even bother trying to go more with it. When I made my first 10 cent in a day, it was, wow, I made 10 cent. That's over a penny raise on an 8-hour day. Then I made 50 cents. It's like, I just bought a soda. I just bought a canned drink. It's amazing. And then I made enough to buy breakfast, and it was even more amazing. So that was my attitude when you know, a dollar here, a dollar there, 50 cents, and all that started rolling in. And none of that really started until I started the daily videos, in all honesty. RC Daily, yeah. Tyke Busby, what's my most expensive truck car? At this point, it's got to be the Raminator. I'm pretty sure I'm close to 6K in that truck. 4, 5. No, probably closer to 7. Probably closer to 7. And I still got to get another $900 worth of Beast 2000 servos. Yeah, lovely. I see one of your videos you look like you had some of my rocks laid out. I did. I used them out there, man. I haven't actually done the official video and all that yet, but I did use them out there. Yes. Good morning, colleague. Western Australia. 11 degrees Celsius. That's right. It's winter. It's winter down there where you're at. If I ever win the lottery, I'm probably going to get me a home over there just so I can spend American summers there. So I can, you know, have some nice cool weather. I don't ever want to be in hot weather. If I ever win like 300-400 million in the lottery or something, I'll still do a video or two once a month or something, you know. But I'm staying at 60 to 70 degrees. I'll move with the seasons. I really will. Been in the heat so long, and I just don't want it anymore. What's in the box? Good morning from Europe. Hey, buddy. Yeah, type. It's not cheap. By the time you're done, I said that Raminator would be over 10K. It might be. It might be. I mean, I still have the rear steer kit. I mean, heck, those mega tires are $330 just for those, and with the shocks and all of that stuff. I know I'm not going to be able to show you guys this, but I'll try. Maybe I can get it to actually show up. Yeah. Primal RC. See if you guys can see my recent order. $569 at Primal RC. Yeah. They don't cut me any deals at all. At all. About Superlight. You're talking about Superlight versus Exo1. Whoo! Man, Superlight put the beat down on that truck. Man, I was as Jim Ross would say, that was a slobber knocker right there, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I was expecting the exact opposite. Superlight and the Crack of Doom, they don't work well together, and somehow it went across Crack of Doom in one shot. I don't know how. It must have just caught the right line or something, because it went right across that. I was like, holy moly. As for Ford Rangers, I know. From Arizona, moved to New England for some snow. Yeah, I want to move north. Actually, I'd like to be, you know, north of Atlanta. That would actually be where I'd like to be, north of Atlanta, because you're so much closer to natural rock, natural terrain. You know, you're not too far from the RC place over in Sevierville. RRW, I believe it is. You know, you're natural terrain. That's what we just don't have here unless you want dirt and mud and dust. Have you guys seen the dust in my place? Jeez, we had a little bit of rain last night and it's dusty again today. Quebec, hey buddy. C1984. What's up, buddy? Oh no, lost video. I'm still on for me. Oh, okay. Well, if I move to Michigan, I'm moving over by Tony, CCXRC. We could do a lot of collabs, man. We could really knock out some awesome content. Well, when Superlight got into that, you notice it kind of got hung up and that back end came down. I think that dropped down a little bit when I had to correct it. I think that's what helped it a lot. Jamal, how fast does my fastest RC go? I would have to say my fastest one would probably be the DBXLE on 12S. And it did 70.7 miles per hour on a grass field. Grass field. So probably a good 75, if not 80. Maybe on pavement. I don't know. Awesome, Tyke. I am not going to Horizon Fest. I changed the world. No, sir. Probably the only video that the only event I'm gonna be able to make, unless it's something local around here. I think in September, Sean wants to do a birthday bash at my place, the Exoplex. So if he wants to do that, then we'll have some events here. Probably have a food truck out here and everything. So that should be a good time. But I won't be making it to Horizon Fest. At best, it'll be Crawl Bash at in Kentucky, where Beat the Creek is. And, get some real Four Seasons. Man, I have been up in there. I've done the Tail of the Dragon before many years ago, right at the leaf change, and it was so beautiful. I was in a crew cab Super Duty and did Tail of the Dragon. Dude, that poor old truck was full steering lock to lock so many times. What was that, 536 turns or something in there? And man, full lock to lock many times. That was awesome. Crew cab Super Duty diesel. Well, 95 Cherokee, there you go. He's got a beautiful place too. Trevor Chen, good morning from Hong Kong. Dang, hey buddy. Love your vid on the electric Raminator. Do you know any good aftermarket makers that sell the fully installed electric 12S? You want to buy like a brand new Raminator with a 12S system in it? I don't know of anybody that would actually do all that. I don't know. In all honesty, you'll have to buy the Raminator and do the conversion yourself. If you do the fine designs like what I did, it's a decent bolt-in system. Hopefully you guys saw the video on that I actually did the conversion video. And that's a nice setup. It really is. Jamal Lopez, thank you, buddy. WPL. I'm assuming like the WPL type RC trucks and all that. Brand new ISDT or 1080. The more solid performer is going to be the 1080. The ISDT, although I believe it has way more potential, it's just a little bit quirky, if that makes any sense. But for a good, solid performer, the 1080 is just absolutely awesome. Yeah, I was a Super Duty RC Daily. Yep. Full left, full right. Full left, full right. And then some of them corners, man, was awesome because you kind of dip into them, feel the whole truck just kind of dip over. And you have like what they call the hump, I think it is. I got lucky when I went through that because there was nobody else coming the other direction. Man, that truck just like a big old boat. It was awesome. Marlon Weber, my RC car stalls a lot on grass and I have good treads. What can you do for me to keep... Okay. Grass, Maryland, is tough on vehicles. It's almost like driving on water or a boat. You got a lot of load. In my opinion, I'd try to find another place to go drive. Um, I mean, and you're talking about stalling. I'm assuming you're talking about spinning out, tread, getting stuck. You're either going to need a new place to go drive, just being honest, or something that's four-wheel drive and geared way down. If not, you're going to continue having heat issues. That's just that's grass for you. It's like driving in sand in some ways. Sand will take your power, your torque, and make everything hot. Need a new rig to retire the Gen 8. Man, I tell you what, the base camp, I believe, will smoke a Gen 8. In all honesty, the base camp, the approach angle is beautiful, beautiful, awesome. On the departure angle, I believe the Traxxas TRX4 might be a little bit better. At least that's what Rob from DSM told me. And I looked at them, I backed them up, and I could see that. So, Scott Dobbin spec. Good man. Joe, do you plan to test the Castle 800 and the SCX6 to compare to the Black Jacket? I really don't see a need to do that, in all honesty. I mean, for me, the 1717 size motor right here was way more than enough in the SCX6. I mean, the 800, obviously, going to have more power, more torque, possibly better control down low. But I honestly didn't see a need to put all of this in there. So I'm just going to stay with the Black Jacket from Three Brothers RC. Maybe one day we'll get a quiet ESC that can run that. Okay, well, there you go. RC Daily. Maybe because I'm adjusting my settings and all that. Because when you adjust the settings, it goes into error. And then it sits there for a few seconds or so. And then finally it decides to rearm. So maybe because I'm adjusting all my settings with it. Maybe that's why that's a little bit quirky for me. I wish somebody made a single speed conversion from my original 10.3. Buddy, did you see my SCX 10.3, the Jeep, the JLU? Get the adapter mount. Get the adapter mount from Bauhaus RC and then put a 3-gear transmission in it. Or like I did the Element, I can't think of the name of it, but it came out of like an Element Ecto, one of those transmissions. And that made a world of difference on mine. So yeah, go to Bauhaus RC, buy that little adapter, and then bolt in the 3-gear of your choice. Justin High's favorite RC of all time. Oh, I have no answer for that. I have no answer at all. I mean, heck, I don't have an answer. But Clodbuster maybe, just because it's a classic from the 80s and is still relevant today. Maybe. So far, the 10 shooter has only been used in that one video. I do need to get that back out, though. What did I put that in? I don't even know. It was in Optimus 3, wasn't it? Guess I need to take Optimus 3 back out for a drive. I haven't even been on Low C5T. Trevor, yeah, I don't have a Low C5T electric. So I don't have that one, buddy. If I did have it, you'd see videos. The closest thing I got is the Low C5B, TLR 5B. RC Daily's on it. Because I got a lot of lag seeing your guys' comments and all that. But, yeah, RC Daily's on it. Love the ESC70. Set one back all the way to out to reconnect the hours every time. Next level. And the ISDT70 is back to $26. It was up into the 40s for a little while. Nathan Johnson. All right. The Northwest. All right, buddy. Welcome. Yeah, the 10.3, that big old clickety McClackerson transmission, that 2-speed, they were trying to go after Traxxas on that and failed miserably. I think I sold that transmission off for like $20 or something. And in all honesty, if he would have said, "Can I have it?" I'd have gave it to him. I don't know who it was. Who got that transmission? I don't know. It's been a while. My LHA only builds clodbusters. You have a firmware updates and getting better. Yes, sir. Last up, they really made a huge difference with it. Okay, I might need to do an update on mine. I'll have to plug mine up, see if I can update it then. Hardened gears for the laser nut diffs. Yeah, Vidavon has a spur gear for it, and I believe he made hardened ring and pinions for it as well. I believe he's got them out there, so that should take care of all that. Sonic Motor from Oakland, California. What's up, buddy? Exotic. Well, thanks. We were trying to price gouge with the IC. Yeah, it did. I'm not sure what happened with that, but yeah, it did get kind of stupid. With the ISDT 70s, that is, as far as the prices goes. I have a classic T-Max Nitro. Tell me JJ. All right, JJ. Congrats on the 50, but thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. Latest update. I apparently need to update my ISDT 70. I'm not even sure what that's in right now. I don't know. Oh, man. So, anyways, what's everybody been up to? You guys still building all that stuff? I've showed motors, batteries, all kinds of stuff here. So, Idaho. Oh, JJ's from Idaho. 0.15. Yeah, but man, back when the nitros were like that, it's like they actually had the power. You know, because you're talking nickel metal or NiCad batteries and, you know, stuff like that. You know, the brush motors, they were just really good for their time. I guess I'll say that. As in like, Stealth X, yes. Skeletor, now, if it gears it down too low, you can put the overdrive portal gears front and back and actually get some speed back into your truck. That will actually work. Fix the element IFS is pretty lame, but better than... yeah, mine is a little bit loose. I got all the Bauhaus stuff, and that did tighten it up, but it's still got some slop in it. And you know, you got a complicated steering, so it's going to do that. Skeeter Shadow, what's up? The nitro killed the battery stuff, and now the brushless has killed the nitro. Oh my. Exotic. You're awesome, man. I got a Bandit VXL. Broken, yeah. Bandits are neat little cars, though. I don't have one, but I do think they're pretty neat. Thanks for another great live video. Got to go see you at 5 a.m. Major Road, you got it. Might be another 10,000 milliamp battery video, since that's kind of hot, you know. Got to get those out. I'll be dang, Gary's here, dude. Hey, Gary, I got what you want. Here's that new 2300 kV Fusion. But you can't have it. I'm putting it in something. I don't know what yet, but it's going in something. I've already got one in the TRX4. Put that in earlier today when I got home. I can't believe the new smart batteries to come in 500. RC Daily, I hope they can get the circuitry down and actually make that work, in all honesty. But like I say, the 6700 milliamp 6S are the exact same size, which is actually pretty darn good, especially when you start talking DBXLE and 12S. Perfect fit in those battery trays. I mean, perfect. Way better than I expected. Gary, Sean posted up that they're back in stock. So if you order through Sean, that's cool. If you order through Hobbywing Direct in the USA, use discount code ExoCaged, you get 10% off. And that's to everybody. So I actually got my first Exocaged discount code. I've had them in the past, but they were not very good codes. But this one, 10% with Hobbywing, pretty good. Well, I think before I get a Bandit, though, in all honesty, I want to try to get a Super Hornet, a Tamiya Super Hornet or something. I don't know why, but I also want a Tamiya Grasshopper. I got the Midnight Pumpkin. Finally got that. What's your thoughts on a Castle Micro X2 ESC? I would think that should, Jay, I think that should run really well. I don't have a Micro X2. The last time I looked for one was about 3 weeks ago, and I couldn't find them anywhere. Are they back in stock? If they're back in stock, then maybe I'll be able to see if I can get a hold of one. I was told they were quiet, and then I saw Holmes's video, and no, they weren't quiet, and this and that. So I'm like, ugh. I thought maybe Castle finally stepped it up and got us a quiet ESC. No chance, I guess. Sean, what's up, buddy? Iceman, what's up tonight? What's up, man? Tonight we've been talking about motors. The new Fusion 2300 kV. Both of these came in today. 10,000 milliamp smart batteries. Hyperflow fan systems that are crazy strong and also crazy loud too. I can't imagine that these things on 4S, because that was just probably like a dead 3S that you guys heard earlier. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, I'm 50,056 or something like that. So it's still kind of going on up a little bit. Nate McDonald. Fastest car right now is going to be the DBXLE on 12S at 70.7 miles per hour in a grass field. As far as my overall collection, I think I'm somewhere around 64 to 65. I haven't done a recent count. Wow. Tamiya Toyota. I had a buddy that had the King Cab back when the Traxxas Sledgehammer came out. I had a Sledgehammer, and that thing, it broke the output. I remember this very plain as day. It broke the output on the first drive, the universal plastic drive on that. And back then, you're talking back in the 1920s or 30s when I was a kid, you had to actually call them. So I called them, and they actually mailed me out a new piece. So Traxxas took care of me back in the 1940s or 50s, whenever that was. I think it was 90, somewhere in the early 90s. Any updates on the new Holmes Inrunner used in SV1? Was that a S? Did I use the Inrunner in SV1? I thought I put the yeah, this has got a this actually has a HK Hobbies Outrunner in SV1 right here. And apparently I'm missing a wheel nut. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. You guys notice the difference in wheels. By the end of the week, I'm going to release the video where I put this up against X01. Yeah. Let's just say it was a shocker. It was a big time shocker. My cat, Sam, sitting over there. I'm surprised he hasn't woke up and got up in here. We've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes and he hasn't got out of my chair. Yeah, the 10 shooter. This is the full size 541, and I've got the stubby in Optimus 3. I think this is the one I put it in. Yep. So that is in Optimus 3 with a Crawlmaster Mini 2 ESC. And it did great. Granted, I'm only running 3S though. But I don't know if that motor would be good on 4S or not. But anyway, that worked out really good. I'm really impressed at how well the ESC can handle the 10 shooter, 10 pole in runner. The 2500 kV outrunner, that one's kind of a little bit odd feeling sometimes. It was actually better at driving the in runner than it was the outrunner. Both of them are 10 pole motors. Wrong body. Ah, that fits. Let me see. That was Gary. Get that Mojave together so we can run this weekend. Well, I won't be out of town this weekend, buddy. I want to be with some family in Atlanta. And I'm thinking about taking the wife out to Little Rock City, Alabama. Walk through the rocks a little bit. Check that out. I think it'd be nice to get away there. I've been wanting to take her there since I went to the Nationals. Guys, spoiler up. And lost opinion completely. Couldn't find it. Man, you must have spun that thing off doing 50 miles an hour with your crawler, RC Daily. John, buddy, I tell you, SV1, every time I build something new, it's like, okay, I'm finally past my original super light truck right here. Finally past it. I mean, are my new trucks more capable? Yeah, they gotta be. But this stupid thing right here, man, it just keeps going. I need a hat like this. I'll get a hold of J Concept, see if they'll make me a hat. Sam's living the life. He is laid out right here. Oh, wait. He's down on the ground now. He might have fell out of the chair. Matt Harris. Hey, buddy. What's up? America's Got Talent is on now. You're not going to find any talent here, buddy. Yeah, Gary, I'm planning to put the Hobbywing Max 8 system in there and call it a day. It ran really good in Sean's Mojave. I mean, really good. I mean, whisper quiet. Sean done a great job setting the pinion gear mesh and all. I mean, that thing run really, really good. I'm really impressed with that. And then there's guys asking about, oh, they're like burning up or something's wrong with the capacitors or this and that. And I'm like, look, I've only test drove one. I don't even have my own yet. So, and the one that I test drove done fine. I'm not going to come on here and talk crap about a product that I don't have. That ain't right. If I'm talking about a motor, good, bad, whatever, if it's just okay, it's because I've got the darn thing. I'm not going to tell you this HK Hobbies motor is junk. I'm not going to tell you this HK Hobby Motors is better than a revolver, but it's pretty darn good. And I do have one. One day we'll find out. Is that platform man unstoppable? Yeah. You know, Gary, I got a little bit of rain yesterday, and that track is dusty again today. Yeah, SV1 is just my cheapest truck. All it is a 10-2 builder's kit that I tried to take all the weight off of it. That's all it is. You get the 10-2 builder's kit right now for $240. Put you a lightweight body on it, wheels and tires of your choice, and just keep everything light with a small battery, and you got the same truck. It's that simple. There's nothing special about the truck at all. It does have steering on axle. I did do that. That helps out a lot, especially with steering accuracy. There's no more influence into the chassis or any of that stuff. Yeah, David Hughes is going to be opening the Exoplex this weekend, so he'll be running that. And I'll be on my way back Sunday, but you guys will be long gone, because once that heat sets in about 1:30, 2 o'clock, everybody starts getting out of here. And I don't blame you one bit. Do I have a Surpass Outrunner? I do not have a Surpass Outrunner. I do not have one of those. No, sir. Sean, well, dude, you've been here for a long time, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Man, I forgot about the live. I'm here now. Yeah, we got about 30 minutes to go. And then I got to ship off a shirt and some SCX6 parts. Reed Racing. I lewd at lots of photos. Where do people put the antennas? Where's my antenna? I think my antenna is just kind of flopping around in the thing, in all honesty. Now, I have had the Surpass 550 10-turn motor. It's kind of like a knockoff of the Holmes 10-turn Crawlmaster Pro 550. And the motor ran really good. I mean, I gotta say, it ran really good. It was like $20 or something for the motor. So I would have to assume that their Outrunners run pretty darn good as well, you know? I just have to assume. I don't have one, but you just saw that hat. I do still like the Rift. The problem that I have with my Rift is usually when I'm at an event, I end up selling parts off of it. Right now it's sitting with no drive shafts again. I do think I've got something broken in the rear axle housing though. Not the housing. I think the ring and pinion's got a chip or something on the tooth. I'm still running the stock gears, I believe. And Vidavon has gears for them, and I've never put them in. Believe that. And I've just been running the stock gears. You won Mofo RC's Bronco after he run it over? Just leave it in the box. I'm going to Michigan if it gets to 120. I had to assume Michigan is beautiful in the winter, in the summertime. Oh, you got a Prodigy 610? Awesome charger, man. Awesome charger. I remember you, Sean. I got you, buddy. Hey, did you make it to Beat the Creek, Sean? Yeah, the 2-speed thing, if RCD, if I was to build a new Rift or if I was to mess with a new Rift, I just simply leave the gear that it comes in. Just leave the fast gear in it and go have fun with it. Drive it like a bouncer. Drive it like it was meant to be driven. You know, in all honesty, just don't even bother with a 2-speed. I know people want to crawl them, and well, I've got plenty of videos on what the mods have to be done to make a 2-speed work in that thing. Well, maybe your knockoff Prodigy will get here. Most of the time when I find I'm running my Rift, I just leave it in second gear. Now, when I was at Beat the Creek in the creek now, at that point I was running in first gear. Well, Guy, I don't know how you haven't had an issue, buddy, because I tried it 2 or 3 different times, 3 different ways, and I did not have enough throw to get that thing to fully engage in both high and low gears. NC Matt, you're talking about RC Sparks with his Raminator to the speed run? Man, I just hope they are out of the way. That's a lot of truck to be running that fast. Mine will do 35 miles per hour as it sits on 12S. You guys will see that video soon. You guys will see that video soon. I got into some Snapchat filters, by the way, which I thought was actually pretty darn cool. AC just kicked on, so it might get a little bit of background noise in here. Sorry about that. What do you think about the speed? Oh, yeah. What's up, Osborne? 2 bedroom now. How many S is my preferred, I guess? How many's my RC? Say what? I can't get enough through either. It's like one gear, the other's like right. And I had to do a lot of clearancing in that thing on the shift fork and the transmission case. And that was on the plastic or the Vidavon case. Sergio M, you have a clicking noise on your X-Maxx. Is it when you turn, or is it just driving? If it's just driving, it's probably ring and pinion or pinion spur. Very common issue on the X-Maxx. I have not used the Mofo hex extenders. I haven't used anything from Mofo in a while, actually. Okay, I got you. Well, maybe in October, Sean, you can get out there. Go do some driving. Mess around a little bit. Oh, as far as how many batteries, my RC, depends on the vehicle. 3S, 4S, 6S, 8S, 12S. I'm really liking the 12S stuff, though. But that's only for some vehicles. You don't want to put 12S in a crawler. Unless you had like a 300 kV motor or something. A 300 kV motor. You know, the Rock 412 by Tekin, they actually made a 500 kV version of that motor. I wish I would have got one, but at that time, I didn't want any part of that. But I wish I would have got a 500 kV Rock 412. They actually had one. You could put that into something, and the Rock 412 motors by Tekin are really good motors. Really good motors. I'd like to get the Proline by the fire, but that's not going to happen. My Rift in first gear, 4,000, 4,000 kV on 3S. Okay. See, I run mine as a 2,100 kV motor on 4S. So your 4,000 on 3S is probably still faster than mine. Picking them up from Did you find some tires? I did, and I cheaped out. I didn't buy them. It was I forget the name of the people that make them. Let's see if I can find them real quick. I got so many BRPs. And it would be like $350 for a set of tires. And for some reason, I don't want to spend $350 for tires from the DBXLE right now. And I don't know why. I spend way more than that on everything else. But supposedly the BRPs will take it. I know that you got to get the wheel, the tire, the hub. They're all like separate, which I guess once you get the set, if you have an issue with one part, you can get just that one part, you know, to repair whatever it is. So I guess it has its own value. What's the fastest you have ever been on any RC? The fastest ever was 81 miles per hour with a Offna GT2P. And that was the first event I ever met Sean Larman of Jack's RC Recycle and Repair. I was sitting with my buddy Mark Perella. We put up a canopy or something. Me and him was texting back and forth, and I ended up texting a picture to him of something I found on the internet, except for my wife had just texted me and I wasn't paying attention. I sent it to her. Needless to say, things were fun that evening. I'm not going to tell you what I sent either. But it was not something you want to send to your wife. I feel like you're being debriefed. Buddy, Nathan, that's what this is for, man. That's what this is for. All about answering questions and all that stuff. Creek Keeper. Man, I like the Tekin. I know when the Rock first came out, there was nothing else like it, you know, but now we have a lot of other options. A lot of other options. So they're not the only player in the game right now. Holmes has got some insane motors. The 10 shooter, if you can get one of those. The 6 shooter. So the Rock 412, as awesome as it is a dated motor at this point in time. So I have to say there are better options at this point. Not that the Rock is no good. It's still a really good motor. It's just not modern in the RC world. At least not really, in my opinion, at this point in time. Castle 1500, 1800 kV. John, thank you. Yeah, buddy. Awesome. Exocaged RC. Boom, 10%. Mr. Cash Money Moolah. What? Basecamp or TRX4 Sport? Well, probably the Sport. And the reason I say that are the axle housings are stronger. It does have over and underdrive gear, ring and pinions that you can put in there. You can't do it at the portals like you can with the Axial. You can upgrade and put a 2-speed in the TRX4, and it's a much better 2-speed than what was ever in the Axial. I'd probably go with a Sport if I had to choose one or the other right now. Are you going to keep upgrading the Stampede, Matt Harris? I think to upgrade the Stampede, I need to go back to the stock parts. I mean, I'm not sure what I could do other than try to get tighter parts, maybe some turnbuckles off of like the VXL version or something like that, maybe. The Castle 1415, you're talking about the 2400 kV. I would have to say they're very comparable. I mean, really, that 2100 ohms is as strong as an ox. But that Castle as well, I don't know that when it comes down to it that you'd be able to tell the difference, in all honesty. They're both really good motors. Melonic, hey Exo, what do you think is the best way to direct power a standard size servo in the X-Maxx? I would not direct power a standard size servo in the X-Maxx. To do that, you're going to have to run a third battery, or you're going to have to pull. You'll have to get a direct power servo that's good to 4S to run off of one side or the other. Personally, I would do like a Raw 500 or a Power Hobby 729 and call it a day, if it were me. I don't have any direct power servos in my X-Maxxes. What would cause my stock ESC on listed DBS to cut off after a minute or less? Okay, how's your temperatures, George? Do you have a little temperature, infrared temperature? If not, you probably need to get one. And plus, things are getting hot. What could be happening is your ESC could going into thermal. If it goes into thermal shutdown, that's going to be your issue. And when I started modifying my DBX, the stock ESC couldn't keep up. Then I went to a Max 5. That couldn't keep up. Then I had to go to an XLX2 to actually get the thing to keep up. And by keeping up, I'm talking about get a good launch without basically running out of power, if that makes any sense. The ESCs, they can only flow power. Power being voltage in amps. They don't push power to the motor. The battery doesn't push anything to the motor. If you hit full throttle and that motor needs 500 amps, the motor's going to try to pull 500 amps. If the battery is only good for 400, it's only going to get 400. If the ESC can only pass 200, guess what? It's only going to get 200. So the whole system has to work together. But you don't push amps. You don't push voltage. The load pulls all that stuff. But you just have to have a big enough supply to give it what it wants. Do you run your RC cars with street tires on? And Maryland, I almost never run the street with my vehicles. Okay, so Trill has a housing and skid to bolt in the bigger 2400 kV, or does it fit the like the 1/8 size motors? Sean is right. For more power when I run pedals in the snow. Well, either one of them will do you fine, guy on the moose. Really. I went 106.5 miles per hour. I don't even know how you guys keep the cars on the road at those speeds. Man, I don't know how you guys do that. RC Daily, the box stock RTR Rift on 4S, I did 40 miles per hour in a grass field with that thing. Box stock. Osborne, I think I already answered between the TRX4 Sport and Base Camp. If I had to choose between one or the other, I'd probably go with the Sport. So, I don't know. George, it sounds like something's getting warm in there, buddy. Something for it to run for just a few minutes and then cut out. Sounds like something is just not happy in there. Have you tried a smaller pinion gear to take a little load off the motor? Guy on a moose, you are correct, buddy. John, thank you, man. A lot of people don't get that. They think, I see people all the time asking, this battery's got 100C, is that too much? No. If the motor needs 20 amps, that's all it's going to pull. Power is its thermal capacity. George, I don't know. Maybe Maddie might be onto something. Maybe it took a bump and the gears are too close together. Did the sound change of it? Did anything change on that? We got 15 minutes to go, guys. And on Shikelator, the ESC could overheat on a specific component inside and shut it down. And they could do this before it even gets to the heat sink. Like, say it took a hit and it broke loose. Now you have a FET or a transistor off the heat sink inside. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But if it's not connecting, it's not going to transfer the heat correctly and it could shut down. I don't know what your issue is, buddy. How's the trailer coming? It has completely stalled. I have not done anything with the trailer in months. I've got the parts and pieces. I still got to build a subframe and all that for it, though. George Wilson, you want to put a Max 6 in there? That's a good solid ESC, the Max 6 now. All right. Anyways, anything else you guys want to see that I've shown recently on the videos or any of that stuff? George Wilson Max 5 is a little bit better. North Carolina Matt, yep. Got a few boat videos. Not many, though. Sean, 100%, buddy. 100% correct. My two-wheel drive Rustler. Okay, the 35 kg in there, the reason it feels lame is because it's going to be a little bit slow. You need to look for something in about the 0.10 speed range. Two-wheel drive Rustler, it doesn't really need to have a whole lot of juice behind it. So look for something in the speed range of about 0.10. You can throw down some big bucks and get a real servo for it, but I'm not sure if you want to invest in that. But if you do, check out the Reese Alacritus 300. I got a video of that in the Techno e-buggy. That'll do you. Like a 0.04 speed or something. It's crazy fast. Gazoo. Well, the Max 4 is going to stay in the Raminator. When I get the other Max 4 which shipped, I want to try to hook the Bluetooth to it because I haven't done that yet and see if it can actually do a crawling mode. I'd like to try it in the SEX6 just to see. I doubt I would put 12S on the Black Jacket motor, but I would like to see if it has a crawler mode, which I don't know yet. I also want to try to fit it into the Creighton 8S. I mean, heck, I still got those. I got the 6200 milliamp CNHL 6S batteries. So if those would go in that, which I believe they will, I get 12S to Creighton and probably break the heck out of it. Yeah, I would have to drive nice and slow, at least for the first couple minutes, just to get the feel of it. And then it's just going to backflip and break an arm or something. I mean, it's not called ARMA for nothing, right? Stephen Clark. Yeah, I've got a couple Tamayas. The Clodbuster and my most recent Tamaya was the Midnight Pumpkin. When I put them together, I feel like I'm back in 1980. And you still have to buy bearing sets for these away from the vehicle. They still come with the plastic bushings. David Pig, the stock motor and stock ESC are fine when all you want to do is crawl. But if you want to put any power down, you'll be like, geez, this is it. But like first gear crawling, it actually does fine. It really does. Second speed, it'll move, but it's not like something somebody's got a big 6S or 8S system in, though. Yeah, bust nut. I do need to get up there. Yeah, I got to go check fire extinguishers or something. 12S created me a box of parts in the end. RC Daily, yeah. Unless I drive like super easy. I mean, I've got the 800 kV on there, and that's perfectly fine for 12S. Correct. It is rated for 12S. Blow a big old motor apart. Which one was this one? This is the... Where's the number at? This is a censored 8S. Oh, it came out of the DBXLE. Haha! Had to remember what it came out of. Oh, you got a Club Buster coming tomorrow. Yeah, them things are awesome. North Carolina Matt. There are 2 batteries that I have really good luck with. One are the CNHL batteries, and they are well priced. And the other one, I'm looking for it. Can't think of the name of it right offhand, but it's another brand out there. And, you know, obviously we got these right here, but these are like $180 a piece. Try the CNHL 5600, 6600, or 8000 milliamps. They're all about the same size, like legit the same physical size, just more battery inside than the other one. Sawyer Heslop. When I get my Vidavon order in, there is supposed to be a sway bar in that. So yes, we will absolutely. Ovonic batteries, yes, the 6200 milliamp Ovonic 4S's, those have held up great as well. But yeah, I do plan to show that video. I'll try to do a little bit before and after. If you're gonna desert drive it, you know, and do all the whoops and all that stuff, the stock system is actually okay. But if you want to try to race it more on a flat track or a short course track or something, you really need to control that back end. So that's where the rear sway bar is really going to be nice. Steve Skellington, how do you set up your springs on your crawlers? I just set them up where they feel good. Typically, probably a little bit on the softer side. I try to have about maybe a 1/4 inch or 5 millimeters of shaft showing at the bottom. So not quite a droop. It's still suspended, but that's kind of where I typically set mine up. And I don't do the really thick oil in mine either, because when we do a comp, if I'm in a comp, we got to move and like jump roots and climb dirt hills and stuff. So the suspension has to move. So that's why I don't generally go with the real heavy shock oils. That great for slow crawling, it really is, but not really good when you got to run, you know, 20 feet through grass or roots or dirt hills to get to the next gate. Guys, here's RC. Thanks, buddy. Remember opening my Club Buster box for the first time. Club, yeah, I remember you built that, man. What did it take you, like a week, Bust Nut? You built that thing like a week, man. John, we're old. Oh, got one up here. Tamiya Subaru WRX. Huh. I haven't messed with that one. North Carolina Matt. I have one max amp battery, and that was because I won it in a raffle. I have done ESR meter tests with that battery, and it's no better than anything else. Just like has been mentioned a few times on here, you see a battery that says it's 150C discharge? No. No. This battery right here, 11,000 milliamp, 100C. What would that be? What would that be? Like 1,100 amps or so? If you were like, do the calculation on that. Do you really think that these 10 AWG wires can handle 1,100 amps? No, they can't. I mean, you'll be lucky to get a tenth of a second of 1,000, and that's if you're lucky. You put anything sustained on here like 400 amps, these wires are going to light up. So no. And besides, the insides of the cells can't put out that much. They just physically can't. Unless you put like maybe 50 of these in parallel, you might get it then. How do you drop U-shocks? I adjust the spring collars up usually. Do you think those tiny wires could ever handle that much power? Nope. You ever tried the ET48 2.0? Buddy, I do not have an ET48 2.0. If I was still racing like what I was doing basically before I got the channel started, absolutely. I had the newest racer. I've got an old ET48.3, and it's doing just fine hanging on the wall. When I do want to use it out there, I'll go use it. Simple as that. I just have no need to throw down and get a brand new racer, especially for my dirt track out there. Yeah, it's just not up to par. How many RC cars do you have in your collection? What was your first RC car you got? Maryland. I've got about 64 or 65 RCs here. The very first one, like the very, very first one, I was in school. It was a little brown Camaro. I think Radio Shack. I think is where my dad got it from. And I took that thing apart and I never could get it back together. The first vehicle I ever had that used a battery pack was actually a, I forget the name of it, but we got that from, it might have been Pick and Save years ago. Mom bought that for me. Marcus, hey buddy. RC Daily, man, people believe, you know, I used to work with this guy, and he went by the book. Even when the book was wrong, I mean just physically wrong, he still believed in the book. There are people like that. They will see this 100C right here, and that is the gospel. Simple as that. A lot of people can't, I don't want to say it to be mean, but a lot of people just don't really seem to even try to think for themselves. They just, whatever you tell them, they accept. Would that be a sheeple? See, I'd like to have the old independent USA 1 monster truck, but it would be something just for the shelf, though. Just for the shelf. That's all it would be. Oh, man, we're about to wrap this up, aren't we? Ha-ha! 2 hours flies by when you're being questioned, huh? I wonder if the 8 hours went by well for, you know, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I wonder if that went well. I know it's off topic and I should go ahead and close up now, but man, I saw this thing on the internet. Amber Heard is, according to this, -6 or -8 million dollars net worth. She is supposedly the poorest woman on the planet, or the poorest person on the planet. Yeah. I saw that and I'm like, wow. Net worth of negative $8 million. That was the first one I saw. I saw one that said negative $6 million. Man. Yeah, Power Hobby batteries are okay. Yes, Marcus. That or the pillow, one or the other. Should bust nut. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know of anybody that would even take her back. She's got nothing to offer now. You know, there's a RC Daily. These batteries right here, 5,000 milliamp Turnigies. They are 20 and 30C. These are legit. They are legit. Every time I have ESR tested these, they've been in the middle 20s. Every time. $40, $45. I've got like 8 of these. And they fit everything. So, but anyway. Yeah, these are legit batteries. Dirt cheap too. Especially when you consider 180. Well, I guess it's time to go ahead and wrap this up because I've got to ship out a shirt. If you guys seen the Facebook page, Exocaged, I actually posted up some shirts that I have for sale. So I've got those going as well. Some larges, 1XL, and some 2XLs. What I got. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and finish this up. China RC Daily, and then and the 40C that China's talking about, you're not going to get that at room temperature. You heat that battery up, and that's when you get it. This is why some racers, like the 17.5 class and all that, they gear them things so much, they actually heat the batteries before they hit the track, so they have the amps available to push that gearing. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and bust nut. Thanks, man. Go ahead and wrap this up. Guys, it has absolutely been awesome. Thank you guys so much. Mike, you're here just in time to see this thing wrap up. But guys, it's been absolutely awesome. 2 hours flies by like it's not even here. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. And guys, hit that subscribe, ring that bell. Thank you all for watching. Tim Clark, man, you just got here right at the end? Man. Well, anyway, buddy, we got to let this go. I'll catch you guys later. All right. Y'all been awesome. Thank you. And thank you guys for the 50,000 subscribers. Thank you.